Hey everyone, welcome back to the NFT Sports Show. Some really exciting NFT news this week. But before I go into lots of topics regarding NFTs, make sure that you have checked out our YouTube page, our brand new website where you can find all the latest episodes of the podcast, but also a written form of articles and kind of day-to-day NFT sport news. So with this website, with this whole NFT sport brand, we want to keep it as much just sport NFTs. We're not too, there's really cool projects without art and just culture, music, great. But I think I want to keep this solely sports for the sports fans, for different sports. And actually, it's a way for a consumer to learn about other sports as well. So we are covering lots of different sports as well, not just the classic football, basketball, baseball, American football, but lots of other smaller sports, because actually they're wanting to get into the NFT space, probably for some recognition. So we're going to be helping them out as well. So make sure to check out that stuff as well. So a few really exciting things so far this current week is one, PSG have announced that in their first tour of Japan, which is currently happening right now, they're going to be selling 3 NFT tickets per game for around 180 ETH, which is around 205k dollars right now, which is a lot of money, a lot of money. It's going to be a premium ticket. It's going to give you a lot of access and so on. It's very high end premium package hospitality. What I find interesting about this is, yes, it's very high hospitality, but I think it is the next steps into the ticketing world and ticketing and moving NFTs into ticketing. We saw the discussion of the Champions League moving to NFTs. This is probably going to be the high end, and how they do the package, that's going to be the high end package, but definitely in the right steps of how it's going to happen. And I'm pretty sure they're not going to struggle to sell those tickets. And it's a good way to make revenue for this club. And it'll be interesting to see, because of financial fair play rules, how NFTs actually just help the club gain revenue in other ways and it'll be interesting to see how financial fair play kind of eventually influence NFTs ticketing in the future to help clubs make money. It'll be interesting. The next thing was really interesting is that this is a little sports stat. So NFTs to help sports memorabilia market to $227 billion by 2032. How crazy is that? I remember last year I mentioned Deloitte's. This year it was just, I think it was a billion, maybe 2 billion, or was it even millions? I don't remember that stat, but pretty high. And then they say that it's going to be from, oh yeah, so the current size right now is 26 billion. Yeah, so it was billion. So it's quite a lot. And in the next 10 years, there's something about 20, in the next 10 years, it'll reach over, more 92 billion increase. So it's a lot. 22% from 2022 to 2032. Oh, there's so many numbers which are like the same here. But that's pretty crazy. So obviously this is just a prediction, forecast. Anything can happen, especially in the NFT crypto world. But I think especially with virtual goods merchandise entering the metaverse, I think it's really interesting. That leads to the next point, which I haven't actually, it's more off the top of my head here because I haven't written this down because it's so new. So today, if you're listening to this right now, today, the Sports Lions Club are starting their own Sports Metaverse, which is really cool. And basically, it's going to be a sports metaverse. So just like Sandbox, just like other thefts, but it's going to be metaverse. Maybe they're going to do virtual games in there. They'll be selling NFT tickets. I may even think about launching. How cool would it be if I could actually like have my website addressed to the metaverse? Like, there's no reason why I couldn't, because it is going to be the sports metaverse, and I could be kind of reporting from sports metaverse and so on. Really weird idea, but maybe I'll think about it, because that's perfect for NFT Levy. And because we're just NFTs, it could be really exciting opportunity and a way to get PR, good PR for us as well. And it's a why not opportunity. So that's going to be really good. Maybe we will be doing this podcast in the future in their location of the metaverse, and maybe I'll do like a green screen behind me, or I'll wear like a metaverse hat. I don't know, but this is the crazy thing about NFTs is you can really the imagination. You can really be imaginative with this. So the next point is National League. So National League are in discussion of NFT partners. National League, if you're not from the UK, National League's like the fifth tier of soccer, of football. So you've got Premier League, Championship, League One, League Two, National League. And this National League, they're always looking for more funding because they're clubs, they want to be professional. And we've seen in the past that clubs have struggled financially and it's led to their relegation because they've not been able to pay their players and not be as successful. And they had a discussion regarding NFT partnership, and this partnership would mean that they've got to tweet twice about their token scheme and so on. Obviously, this is going to be something which is quite risky. There's pros and cons of this. The cons of this is that you've seen in the last few months that token schemes, cryptocurrencies have been a bit of a hit and miss sometimes. And if that's a con, then that's going to really damage one, the reputation of the National League, and two, financially. The positives is, financially in the short run, and if it does grow, then so does the National League grow. So and so does all the clubs backed by the National League. All the clubs in the National League will receive extra funds. So luckily, I'm not going to make that decision, but I can understand if they did it and if they didn't do it. So really interesting to see what happens. So, and lastly, Sorare leveling up again. They've now got their own game. So a few weeks ago, we talked about Sorare and the Major League Baseball. It's creating their own fantasy team, and it's going to be called Take Me Out to the Digital Ball Game. Maybe that's not actually the name, maybe that's just a slogan, but NFTs Enter the Field, that's quite cool. So Sorare, they're competing with NBA and NFL, and they're basically, and also the Baseball League is competing with them as well by partnering with Sorare, Sorare is a huge company doing football fantasy cards and so on. Really, really, really successful. Like one of the most successful NFT projects right now, and a long term, because it's going to be fantasy and people made a lot of money from it as well. Now they're going to baseball to basically do that, and it's going to be really, really exciting to see how that progresses and see how it compares to the soccer. And also, I think actually how it's a win-win for both of them. I think the soccer fans right now on the football side, the soccer fans, will see how actually there's an opportunity to get into baseball, make money, and they're probably going to pick up a little enjoyment of baseball and vice versa. So I think it's a win-win for everyone. So I'm super excited about that. But if you're listening to this today, make sure to check out the Metaverse Sports. It's a Lion Sports Club. Find them on Twitter. After I say this now, you're going to get those ads from them probably. We know cookies these days. It was really, really weird how you say something and it just appears the next day. So hopefully that's not me messing around. It's just how everyone Google's listening, TikTok's listening. But yeah, so make sure to check that out. Really, really exciting. And I'm super excited for next week's episode. Speak soon.